Hello dear friends, one serious flamenco guitar lesson more, because today's issue is Compás de Seguiriya. Okay, in this lesson I will tell you about Seguiriya, and especially about Compás de Seguiriya, the basic rhythm of Seguiriya. This is not an easy palo, but it's really exciting, amazing palo, so you should be able to play this in the end. So practice a lot. I'll show you a couple of things. And first of all, I will tell you about counting, how you should count this. That's the tricky part maybe, and it usually confuses people. Because usually when you play with the flamenco people, for example, they count Seguiriya in 5, and there's no theoretical logic really, but it's really logic way to count, because they count the beats, the accents, I mean. There are 5 accents in the compass, so they count on 5. This is the 12 beat palo, but it's really difficult to count if you use 12 beats and 12 numbers. So I'll show you. When you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is quite easy. It's not theoretical, it's only we count the accents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I say theoretical, I mean the music theory, how usually things should be counted. But forget that part, you just use the counting when you count the accents. But there are different ways if you want to use the 12 beat counting. I recommend that do not use this when you play, but if you want to know something about it. For example, there's one person, Lola Fernandez, who has written books about the flamenco theory, for example, and she mentioned that when you put the Seguiriya and the clock, the rhythm clock, you should start on 8. That's the logic. And if you start from the 8, then you can count that the accents drop in the correct places. I mean, then it sounds like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is really difficult to count because you have to start on 8. But the logic here, if I understood right, is that you have the rhythm clock and then you have the accents on the certain beats, like a 12th, 3rd, 6th, 8th, 10th, and 12th. That's it. And then when you try to figure out how the accents drop when you play Solea or Alegria or Buleria or Seguiriya or whatever, you just put it there, you forget the numbers, and you just check the accents, and then you put it like that. And then when you put Seguiriya into that clock, the accents start on 8th. But some people tell that it's like a reversed Solea, for example, starting on the beat, it's 10th, like this: 10th, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and so on. Many ways, but I recommend use the first one, just count the accents. 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. And practice this a little bit before you start to play any chords, because this can feel a little bit tricky. But this is the logic. If you want to know more, check the other videos, and of course check the books. I recommend to check, for example, the Lola Fernandez flamenco theory book. Also, Oscar Herrero has really good things in his book about the rhythms, because he has really done a good job writing about flamenco notes and the history and the theory and that kind of stuff. So have a look. But yeah, then the Compás, the chords. The chords are similar to many other palos, tangos, buleria. It's basic Andalusian chords. So it's A, B, B, and C9, and B, B, and A. And it starts here, and then comes like this. And first figure to practice is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. Like this. Here we just practice the chords. Where should we play the chords? That's it. And this is actually quite reasonable way to play the compass sometimes actually. When the letra finishes or you have just finished your falsetto or whatever, you can play like this. It's really useful way. So the other one is the point is that we don't leave any breaks, so we feel every beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4, 5. Like this. So here's you can see everything from the score, but you play with the first chords with your thumb downwards, and then you play upwards with your index finger. So it's like this. And where you should place your thumb, it's how you feel it. Usually, for example, myself, I put it here on the 6th string like a. It rests there when it's needed again. But yeah, try to figure out where would you like to place it. This is maybe one good choice, but how you feel? Okay, the third figure is a bit harder, and here we play more, and also we play syncopated rhythm. So I take it a little bit slower, and it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. And then the last figure of this basic compass is the hardest one. And if you're not able to play this, just forget it and try to practice those 3 previous ones. But here I wanted to add a little bit a bonus. So there's one slow alzapua, or how could I say? It's a thumb figure that ends the compass, and it goes like this. So there's thumb and arpeggio together, and it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. This is much more harder. But anyway, if you are able to play that, please go ahead. Okay, then I like to show you a little bonus, because when people are playing Seguiriya, they usually like to use the parts where they use only A, I mean the A chord, like this. And it can sound like this, for example. Like that. So, what's the bass line here? It's quite easy, but when you start to practice this, try to practice this basic line, what I will show you after a couple of seconds, and then when you're able to play that, then add a little bit more notes here and there. So the really basic line here is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Like that. Okay, and now I'm going to play all these figures a little bit slower, and hopefully you manage to play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the basic compass of Seguiriya, and hope you like this and keep on practicing and do it well.